This is 1.5, solving inequalities. So remember, inequalities are just like equations, except that they have less than or equal to, greater than, or greater than or equal to signs instead of equal signs. Also remember, when you're graphing these, if they don't have the equal to, they'll have an open circle. Okay, and then if they do, that number is included, so they'll have a closed circle on that number. Okay. Alright, so solve each inequality, graph the solution set on the number line. Alright, so we want to get the w's on the same side, so I'm going to subtract the 4w over to the left side. And 5 minus 4 is just 1w, or w. Then subtract 3. W is greater than 6. So remember, when you're graphing these, you can just put the number that you get. This does not have an equal to, so it's going to be an open circle, and it's greater than, so you would shade everything to the right side. Pause the video and try that question. Okay, so same idea, subtract the 4x. X minus 3 is greater than 2. Add 3. X is greater than 5. So you have 5 in the middle. Open because it doesn't have the equal to, and greater than is to the right. Okay, so the only thing you have to remember about inequalities is when you divide, so in this case it's times -4. I'm going to divide by a negative on both sides. So when you divide by a negative, remember that flips that inequality sign to the other direction. So 6. So if you were to graph this, okay, 6 is in the middle. It does have the equal to sign, so it would be closed in this case. And it's less than, so it would be to the left. Whoa. Okay, I want you to try this problem. So, dividing both sides by -9.2. Again, you're dividing by a negative on both sides. So that flips that inequality, and you get y is greater than -2.5. So if you were to graph that, -2.5 would be there, open circle because it doesn't have the equal to sign, and greater is to the right. Alright, solving these again are a little bit more complicated, but same idea. So on this left one we have a big fraction bar, so we're going to multiply by 5 to get rid of that on both sides. So you had -15x is less than or equal to -4x plus 22. Okay, now I need to solve for x, so let's add the 4x, combine those x's together, and I get -11x is less than or equal to 22. That's multiplying, so divide to get rid of that. Again, I divided by a negative, so I need to flip that inequality sign to go the other direction. Graphing, -2's in the middle. Okay, closed in circle since it's equal to, and greater than is to the right. Okay, now this second example, you distribute since there's parentheses. -6 times -4 is a positive 24v. -6 times a positive 3 is a -18. Distribute on this side as well. 2 times 10v is 20v, and 2 times 3 is a positive 6. Let's get all the v's on one side, so I'm going to subtract the 20v to the other side and have 4v. Minus 18 is less than or equal to 6. Add 18. We get 24, and divide by 4. Now this time I was dividing by a positive, so I'm not going to flip that inequality. Its v is less than or equal to 6. So 6 closed in because it's equal to, and less than is to the left. Alright, pause and try these two problems. So, again, getting rid of the fraction bar, you need to multiply by -4 on both sides. Now, since you multiplied by a negative, that's going to flip that inequality sign. Okay, now we need to get all the y's on one side. So add 5y over to the other side. And you get negative 27y. Divide by negative 27. Again, you divided by a negative, so it's going to flip that inequality sign back the other way. And 9 over 27 is 1/3. So we got negative 1/3. Now if you were to graph that, it would be a closed circle. And it's greater, so it would be to the right. This next one, distribute the negative 5 in. So negative 5 times 3 is negative 15d. Negative 5 times negative 7 is a positive 35. Then distribute the 3. 3 times 2 is 6d. And 3 times 14 is 42. Okay, all the d's have to be on the same side. Now it doesn't matter which side you move them to. I always just like moving them to the left with inequalities. So we have a negative 15 and a negative 6. That gives me a negative 21d. Subtract 35. We're at 7. So negative 21d is greater than 7. Up, here we go. We're dividing by a negative again. So make sure you flip that inequality. And 7 over 21 is also 1/3. So we got negative 1/3 on this one as well. Okay, but this time less than. So open circle and to the left. Alrighty. That's all there is to solving inequalities.